Hello and welcome back to Law and Order. It's a police procedural set in Waterdeep, starring some of your favourite shit posters, some of your favourite Twitter shit posters even. This week we are rejoined by the one and only Crypt Daddy Donovan. We are unfortunately one Thomas Sweeney short. He's having some technical issues. And you know it's a big deal when my poor old laptop is outperforming his beast of a stream PC. So he should hopefully be with us next week. Before we get into it, are there any announcements anyone's working on? Anything anyone wants to drop, new videos, etc.?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I felt really accomplished for fucking with Sweeney's computer. I thought that was really... I felt really proud of myself for that.
Right on. Okay, well then, without further ado, let's get into it. So, previously on Law and Order, our intrepid City Watch had been investigating an odd occurrence from their traffic patrol duty. They uncovered what appeared to be a scheme from a long-forgotten dock gang called the Bull Elk Tribe, and as it would have it, they uncovered a rather massive plot to destabilize a very powerful magic phenomenon known as the Moon Sphere. Much murder and mayhem ensued. They broke out into the Dancer's Court in full swing. Our patrol leader, Tenzo, made a pass at the most magically powerful woman in not only the city, but the entire region. In a move of tactical genius and brilliance, our Squad 2IC screamed out across the entire moon market, "I found our target!" Who made a bolt for it. Who then ran past a member of Yalden Saldor's patrol, copped a neat coat hanger, and then tried to vault a marble divider where a nat 20 from our own Ornipus rolled in my dice box on his behalf, absolutely fucking destroyed her.
Yeah, you guys are welcome.
Some questioning ensued, a battle of magic between Charise and whatever power this mysterious backup operator served, as this woman was trying to kill herself magically, and Charise just would not let that happen. The patrol went home for the evening, and we pick up there. You're each woken early the next morning by a pounding on your door, or by getting prodded at the end of a baton in the watch barracks. A sleepy-looking watchman from another patrol greets you by rank and informs you that you have been summoned by Mayrose, that is the senior civilar, commander of the Southgate Watchhouse, to the guard post up in the Guild Square, a large plaza named for the sheer number of guild houses it plays home to. He says you're to arrive within the hour before trudging off in the direction of Southgate. Last thing he says before wandering off, she said, don't worry about your uniforms, just show up in your civvies.
Well, I mean, can you buy me a dinner first? Or... no?
I said civvies, not your civvies.
I knew that. I heard that, fine. Cool.
I have a question. Since Tenzo and Ornipus don't live there, are we...
Yeah, these are like separate watchmen being sent out to summon each of you one at a time.
Okay.
So, you're each talking to a different person. I mean, the same guy's probably going to talk to you and then go knock on Ornipus's door. Sweeney having nowhere else to go. Gabriel is probably just getting poked and prodded with a watch baton in the barracks somewhere. Yeah, it's a different person, so this is just getting the group back together.
Okay.
Getting the band back together.
Yeah. So, Guild Square is a large plaza, easily 10 times the size of the Dancer's Court, but for two large buildings situated in the middle. The easternmost of the buildings is a well-known landmark, a pair of haphazardous looking buildings known as Collat Towers. No one is seen entering or leaving the towers, although lights are seen appearing and disappearing through the windows at all hours. Locals believe the tower to be haunted.
Awesome.
The westernmost of the buildings within Guild Square is the guard post itself. Formerly a garrison post of the city guard, hence the name, the guard post was repurposed for the city watch and became the central watch house for the southern ward, from which all other ward houses and activities are coordinated. Whilst fairly Spartan and unadored, the guard post remains an impressive construction, largely stone and timber, and then a very old stone, almost dungeon-looking building to the north end. Upon arrival at the guard post, the friendly receptionist directs you all to a dilapidated meeting room in what appears to be a long disused, currently renovated section of the back end of the building. Sitting at a head of a table in the meeting room sits Mayrose Ironshod with her customary scowl on her face. Alright, have a seat, you lot. She's about 3'2", has a strong moonshade brogue, which to the rest of us in the real world would be Irish. And she was reassigned to the South Ward in the same time she got her nickname Ironshod from kicking a fellow senior civilar up in the North Ward, well as high as a 3'2" halfling can, with Ironshod boots.
I like her.
Alright, let's take stock. You left your post, you took active duty outside of rostered hours, you carried out operations outside of your patrol routes, brawling in the streets, you caused a spectacle in one of our ward's most revered public events, you nearly killed a woman in front of several dozen high-ranking nobles and at least 3 lords of Waterdeep. You lot surely kicked a nest of bugbears up the bullocks last night, didn't you?
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean,
It went
Yeah.
really well, all considered.
I mean, all
It-
things considered, things got handled.
I feel like you've read everything off from the con column, and you haven't really gone down the pro column, in which we followed out of our area. We were on OT. The patrol that was supposed to relieve us was late, and we all stayed. Not just a couple of us. We all stayed, and we thwarted a terrorist attack, the backup terrorist attack, and uncovered the conspiracy that was involved.
And
Feel it.
I couldn't be prouder of all of you.
That's right, high five.
Really buried the lead there. Fuck.
Well, look, whatever these folk were up to last night, they're clearly trying to upset the Moonsphere. Our good friends in the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors have estimated the Moonsphere contains enough raw energy to blow up half the bloody ward, so you lot become overnight celebrities in certain circles.
ooh.
That's to be
On
expected.
top of that, you did it without any large-scale destruction of public property, unlike those fucking twats in Force Grey. Their little tussle last night destroyed half a block, and I've got other patrols working overtime to fix the damage. Coachlap Lane Patrol is currently unpatrolled, and that brings me to this meeting here. As of this moment, you're all removed from regular patrol duties.
Okay, so
Are you
now,
firing us?
then what are we?
I've been railing against Force Grey for a while now. They keep blowing shit up. They destroy as much as they save. And I've been meaning to form a task force to deal with exactly these kinds of threats.
Ooh.
And last night, you lot brought me the clout needed to make this happen. With a couple of caveats. Outside of investigating this matter for now, all of your operations are limited to the Southern Ward. if your investigation takes you out of the Southern Ward, then and only then may you leave. I mean, obviously, you can go fuck off to the markets on the weekends or some shit, but while you're working, if reasonable cause for concern is given, you may be removed from the team and return to normal patrol duty. So let's try and keep the terrorizing and traumatizing our civilian populace to a minimum.
What's our cap
Aberdeen?
on reasonable?
We're all
No,
really nice and friendly. It's fine.
It sounds like
I
that sounds like a technicality to me.
I don't think I'm okay with my. Am I in charge still? I don't understand. Are you in charge?
Well, I'm in charge of the
Oh.
task force. You're still going to be the patrol commander. We'll talk afterwards, but if you do sign on for this task force and it all goes bollocks, we won't be returning to the South Gatehouse. We'll be handing in our badges. So this is very much an all or nothing sort of arrangement. But if you do make this work, you're going to become the premier law enforcement in all of Waterdeep. You have the Lords of Waterdeep backing you.
I can't
You've
tell.
got nobles. You
promoted.
saved the children of nobles. You
We're all
this is a
about
promotion.
saving the children.
What I'm saying is you've got a lot of goodwill that you'd have to burn through before we start thinking about handing in our badges, if you know what I mean. So, just letting you know.
So what
Pressure
you're
or
saying
anything?
is-
Well, here's the deal. You would be retaining your current ranks, but instead of Watchmen, you'll now be known as Wardens.
Okay, so does that come with a raise or?
We're going to get to that because, sort of.
So no more traffic duty?
No more traffic duty, Aberdeen.
Oh, hell yeah!
It's killing me. Okay, I'll take it.
Amar, Charise, we're going to, they're tossing around with some new language, so you will be no longer Amar, but Warden Sergeant. And Aberdeen, you will be Warden Lieutenant. Well, Lieutenant, we're not them weird-ass language down in Baldur's Gate. You'll be Civilar Lieutenant, or you Warden Lieutenant, or you can still be a Warden Civilar. It's up to you. And the reason I asked you to come in your civvies, and she reaches down and brings up a massive stack of black folded fabric and starts tossing them across the desk to you all.
We get new clothes. We get new. Are they cool? Do they all match? Do they match? Do I match Tenzo?
They match. They
I
do
like
match.
you want
No
to
one-
match
Put it on
no
Tenzo
as
one-
fast
more.
as possible.
No one
He's
gets to
so
match
cool.
me. No one.
No.
Why would you? Why would we want to?
These
We look like
black
a team.
cloaks will mark your new station. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the Civilars, who are the judges, they're on-the-spot judges that wardens can bring in on the street to make on-the-spot judgments where things get a bit complicated. So these black cloaks will mark that you're somewhere between Watchmen and Magisters yourselves. You'll be able to pass out more complex judgments on the spot. And sort of between you and I, it's sort of an insult to the Grey Cloaks, which is what Force Grey used to be. We're going to show them poncy, destructive, troll-licking motherfuckers what proper law enforcement looks like.
Hell yeah!
Say Wes.
Do we get to choose what our team name is?
Yes.
That is so lame.
No, I want to do it. We should
I'm
name
afraid-
it.
Before you call us the Fighting Mongooses, I think we should really sit down and think about the name.
I
I'm
say that
I'm
Tenzo
afraid-
doesn't get to name us.
I'm afraid the powers that be up in the castle have already approved this is the Warden project.
Okay.
So congratulations, Wardens. Now, you're all still expected to maintain respect for higher ranks, but you are allowed to tell the higher ranks no if their orders contradict your existing orders. So Aberdeen, you might want to lay down some some ground rules like I expect you on hand at all times, so no one can pull rank on your people.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a bit of a wink. I know we've ruffled a few feathers. Good. So
How many people know about our new situation?
Well, it's supposed to be a secret, which means half the city. I'm sure the other half will know by lunchtime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's what
they'll
I was
know.
thinking.
If you're not in the late morning's broadsheets, I'd be rather surprised.
We're gonna be in the paper.
Like you've been here
Famous
before.
I've
Yes,
already been in the
You're
paper.
gonna you have to
Yes,
get used to it before the new
Frostwalker,
Force Grey.
You'll be yes. Well, Force Grey are going to be upset. Force Grey are also the sort of private. Well, they report directly to the Black Staff. So Aberdeen, you made an interesting friend last night.
I guess you could call it that.
Aye,
Maybe
so,
more than friends. It's pretty early stages.
Well, now
Who's the lucky guy?
let's get down to business. She holds up a report, and Tenzo, you can recognize Yalden's handwriting on the front.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that old Lenton git on bribery charges, and looks like we can get him on some sort of conspiracy. Now, do you have that letter on you, Wheeler? That would be your department, would it not?
You're talking about the paperwork we took out of his study? Yeah, I
Yes.
have it.
All right, let's have a look, shall we? Yeah. So she looks through and goes, "Ooh, 15 platinum suns." Lenton swears that he still has it and it's in his mattress. Do we know about that?
No, we couldn't locate the platinum in question.
I've never seen platinum ever. Nope.
There was platinum?
I think it's a type of money.
Well,
I've
that's a
heard
shame. Because we were going to be gifted that platinum both as reward for last night's work and as a means for gifting. Just getting our newest law enforcement task force equipped with some slightly better gear, but I guess we'll have to.
Well, it's entirely possible if we go back, we might be able to actually find it if he says it's there. I'm going to elbow the person next to me, just like, we'll probably find
I
it.
saw something shimmer in there.
We'll probably
bright.
find it.
It's a little light.
Wait,
maybe.
well, you know what else is better than platinum? And I pull out a lockbox, and I set it gently on the table, and I slide it over to her. And I say, I think that might be worth a gold or two. We pulled this off the assailant last night, and it's the necklace of fireball.
Oh, she opens it up.
Yeah, that was going to be what they were going to use.
Well,
Big.
if that had
WMD.
gone off, I don't know if that. Nobody knows if that would have blown up the moon sphere, but let me tell you,
Would have blown
We'd-
up some people. That's for
we'd
sure.
be knocking on a lot of doors with our helmets in our hands this morning. If that had gone off,
It took some real balls to wear that around her neck. Big fiery balls.
I'll pay
I'm
that.
gonna-
All right, I'll pay that. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna need her picture in the images tab for our thing for no particular reason. I may or may not, have some time to draw this week. For no reason. No reason.
Big
Yeah, okay,
fiery
no
ball.
reason at all. A moment, if you will.
We can do this after.
Yeah, I'll send it to. I was going to bring it up on the view screen, but I'll send it to you later. So, now, Frostwalker. Thaldor mentioned you had a shard, something that fell out of the machine.
Yes. It's this. It looks like it's pretty. It sparkles a bit. It's a thing.
Okay. Does anyone have proficiency in nature other than Gabe, who I'll roll for?
I think I do.
I have a
Only
plus
looking.
4.
No, I do not.
Have not.
I can give it a. Tenzo steps forward and he goes, I kind of dabble in a lot of stuff. Do you want me to give it a shot?
Sure. Okay, let's have a look.
It was an 8.
8 total. It's a very dark stone, and there is like a ring of maybe purple around the outside. You have no idea what it is, what it's made of, how it got that shape.
Does Gabe have any idea?
We're about to find out from Gabe.
I look it over and I go, well, I've never actually left the city, so I think it comes from outside the city.
Gabe looks at it and goes, I'm not going to bother trying to mimic Sweeney's deep and baritone voice, but Gabe says, I think this is obsidian.
Well, Minecraft.
Obsidian, kind of rare. It's, yeah.
It happens when you mix water and fire together. I've heard a tale of this.
There's a very crafty. There does appear, when Mayrose holds it up next to a lantern, that there's a number of delicate lines and runes etched into the shard. Possibly what looks like it might be some writing.
Words.
And the flat base of the shard, the outside half inch, has been turned to a lighter purple shade, creating a ring around the otherwise black material.
Discernible writing or arcane writing?
Unrecognizable writing. So, Felia, yeah, you have some awareness, and Tenzo, you too, being a wizard now and having learnt some wizardry from your adopted father, you know that not all magic runes are the same. You can get a gist of what the runes sort of going to by shape, by layout, but someone etching runes from, say, right up in Icewind Dale, from the Uthgard barbarian tribes, would be using a different set of runes from someone down in, say, Calimport or right out in Karatur or any of the other far off places. Magic has its own languages, just like normal communication does.
Can we now? It is actually carved into the surface of the obsidian.
It is.
Can we get like a rubbing of the runes, like on some parchment or something?
Sure. That's something that right near tucked away in the back of the building, where you've been very generously gifted a dim and half-built meeting room, is the archives. So the archivist will be able to help you out with that. This is a place you'd all be roughly familiar with, as it's somewhere you would run paperwork up to from time to time. Charise, you're familiar with these sorts of buildings anyway. All of you would have gone through your recruitment process in this building before being shafted down to the shit heap at the south gate. So you'd be familiar with the archives being up the back there as well. Incidentally, Charise, can I have a religion check, please?
It's not great. It's a 15.
15?
I'm also
That's
proficient. Would that help?
Yes, please. 15
12?
and 12. Felia, it's not quite on the tip of your tongue, but you feel like you might have seen it before somewhere, and you know it has a very dark sort of ring to it. Charise, it was on last night. It was on the tip of your tongue. Finally, you've got it. The black circle with the purple outline is the symbol of the highly secretive Church of Shah, the mortal enemy of Saloon, which is a match for the tattoo birthmark, strange marking on the woman's chest last night.
Is Shar also the one that deals with the dark weave? Or
Give me an Arcana check.
it's gonna be one of those days.
You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea.
All right. I actually don't. It's like a fuzzy memory. So.
Okay. Can I get some history or investigation checks from everybody? As Mayro says, all right, we've got a few avenues for examination. We're going to want to keep this quiet, but we are going to have to ask around a few spots. Felia, you have been around long enough to know of Aurora's catalog counter. Aurora was a famous adventurer at least a century and a half ago, and who retired to basically start hawking all her magic shit. She eventually became a very, very successful trader of adventuring and magic goods. Ornipus, as you know of this as well. You also would know of the Flowmasters, who is Capian and Shalara Flowmaster. Capian has long been known as the Potion Wizard, and somewhere about 60 or 70 years ago, he married his former apprentice Shalara, and they are both magical researchers and devout worshippers of Mystra, the goddess of magic. Who happens to be the original Mystra, Charise. You would know this as a matter of course. The original Mystra was the daughter of Saloon.
Okay.
Technically also the daughter of Shah. It's a weird thing.
God shit.
Like, okay.
To make matters worse, Shah and Saloon are twin sisters. Make of that what you will. And, as you would all be aware, the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors works hand in hand with they're essentially the most official magic guild Waterdeep has. And they work hand in hand with the City Watch. So there will be a member or two of the Watchful Order here in the guard post.
Oh, this is going to be complicated. Let's try not to step on any toes.
So we need to talk to some religious people, basically.
Yay.
Well, sometimes they're fun. Sometimes some of them just like drink a lot. You know?
Gee, that's a good 50-50 there.
Yeah.
They're either crazy or they drink a lot. I like those odds.
What's wrong with being crazy?
What's wrong with drinking?
If you have, well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with drinking a lot, but
I once knew a cleric of a very little known goddess called Hestia, and let me tell you, you do not. Well, you very much want to be at one of their temple devotions.
Hmm?
I couldn't remember the next 3 days.
Ooh,
My man.
I
Hey,
like that.
Mayros, could I put in a request for something?
What would that be, Aberdeen? You can certainly put in a request.
Could I get a miniature version of this new outfit?
A cloak? What are we talking miniature here, Aberdeen?
Well, I guess I have someone to introduce the rest of the party to.
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay.
Are you playing with dollies again, Aberdeen?
Probably.
Again.
They're called sex
Well,
dolls.
You know it's exactly that.
I kind of did something this morning.
Spit it out.
Okay, all right. Lenore, I think you should probably show yourself. And I lift open my the flap of my jacket, and out pops a doll
Yeah.
Fucking
that
God.
sits on the table, and it just kind of looks around at everybody, and I go, so I I was trying to conjure a familiar, and the spirit that's supposed to come into this plane of existence accidentally inhabited this doll that I'd been making. Um, I hope this
How many
doesn't bother
times have I
anyone.
told you guys to not name things? When you name things, then you get feelings and attached and you keep it. Stop naming
What?
shit.
What were you making the doll for before you did the familiar thing?
Wheeler, I'm going to stop you right there. I've been in this watch more years than I care to count. That is... Okay, so I think we got Kerwind from the Watchful Order assigned to
I
us.
open up my jacket, and Lenore just runs back inside. And I go, okay, I knew this wasn't gonna go well. I knew it was too early to introduce you guys.
Actually, Aberdeen, were you not just at a fabric shop, a haberdashery? Maybe they would. Maybe they'd be able to help you with. And as she sort of shuffles through the report from Yald. Maybe not.
I don't know
I
what's
think
in
that
that report. I don't know what
he
lies
is
Yalden is spreading
beyond
about
help at
me.
this point.
Wait, the fabric shop where you talked to where you had lovely conversation with a young lady.
I reunited a family. What did Yalden say about me?
Oh, good God.
Let's just say Yalden Patrol. They interviewed everyone in the building very carefully.
Oh.
There was that one lovely young couple that well, they seem to think you did. Lenton, of course, will be sharing a cell up here, but there are a few interesting tales. We'll talk about them another time, but maybe you might want to go see Rorick Kerwind. He's fairly trustworthy. I think he's in the bullpen. The bullpen is sort of the first big room you come into past reception. Otherwise, well, I suppose you'll just have to work out who to ask and who not to talk to.
What was her name again? His name again? Its name again?
Lenore pops out on my shoulder and goes, "I'm Lenore."
Oh,
Oh,
my
God. Oh, God.
God.
Oh, when it
Oh.
talks, it just. Oh, that's unnatural. Kill it. Kill it with fire.
You are back in the pocket.
No.
Red stud.
It's
Charise,
looking at me. Make it stop.
stop! It has feelings.
Okay.
Alright.
It does
Does
not.
it?
That'll do. If I can get you all to wait. Okay, so we were working on the map on Sunday, but the layout is fairly well enough done to show it off. I'll just have to copy and paste the image into Photoshop. That'll be all. Aberdeen, if I could see you just for a moment.
I'm not getting rid of her.
I
No,
tried to
I
tell
lean over. Could you please do something? I'm scared. I've never been actually scared, but I'm actually scared.
It's not about
Lenore.
your Lenore. It's not about that. Actually, have a message from your father.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He said he made a breakthrough in Well,
In terrifying dolls?
let's discuss it. Let's discuss it in a few minutes, shall we? If I can get everyone just to wait down by facilities, and
If I don't have to wait in the same room as this freaking it, I'll go anywhere.
no, Orel, you do not.
Thank God.
Don't
I can't-
even worry about her. She's on one like at all times.
I walk
No,
out
I-
of the room. I'm like,
I'm in complete agreement with her. Actually,
So I lean over to Tenzo and I'm like, hey, man, I told you not to be whipping that thing out right away. It's going to make people feel really
was-
weird.
She was poking my rib. I just kind of had to get her out of there.
I
is
get
that
it.
all she was
I know.
poking?
Okay, all right. Aberdeen will be out in a few minutes. So you're kind of stuffed into a table and chairs in this curved area that you could see used to be a tower before it got at least half knocked down. There will be more doors and windows. The map is a work in progress. It's our new project for the map making stream on Saturday nights, Freedom Land, Sunday, Asia Pacific. Moving on. Once everyone's out, Aberdeen,
What's up?
you're a smart cookie.
Oh, thank you. I mean, not very many people can see that beyond the talking to myself and how I'm just kind of always
And screaming at civilians that their girlfriends have been murdered.
It was a misunderstanding.
Out on the ground, and
I mean, you've been in the heat of it, right? You've been in the
okay.
You've been in heat.
Aberdeen. Your father has told me he's made a breakthrough. I don't remember the name of the drug he was using, but he told me to pass. She passes you a small pouch. It rustles gently. It's very light, about the size of a bottle of tablets. That's made of cloth instead of plastic.
I think I know what this is.
He said,
Fentanyl.
take one in the morning and take one in the evening, and see how we go from there. And apparently, it's supposed to help you focus your brain a bit more.
You think it'll help with nightmares?
not mine. After seeing that fucking doll, that's for damn sure.
Back up on the door. You weren't supposed to be
I
listening.
think that's an issue for you and your father. Maybe you could trot up to the Sea Ward and see if someone from the House of the Moon can talk to you about these things. She looks like fucking awkward, like she's way out of her depth here. But look, we're all on a nice edge here, and I really want to see you lot succeed. I don't want to hand in my badge. If we do this right, we could have any building in the city. We could set up in the castle. We could be training other teams of wardens.
Can I pick the interior wall colors?
She pats you on the hand on the desk. Let's talk about this in a few more days, okay?
I pull my
Maybe
hand back.
no, Aberdeen. Look, Aberdeen. Just morning and night. And I want you to work with Wheeler a bit more, okay? She's a good AMR. She'd make a damned fine Civilar. I believe in you.
Tell Lenore you believe in her too. She's
Oh my God.
Okay. Would you mind sending Wheeler back in for a few minutes?
and as a show of good faith, I pop one of the pills and I just swallow it. I swallow it dry.
Okay, Lenore, I believe in you. I certainly believe you exist. I believe you are a thing. Don't worry
I'm
about
real.
Wheeler. Just head on out there and go find out who tried to blow up our ward.
All right. And Lenore crawls back into my my jacket.
And Mayros looks notably more relieved.
All right. Good talk.
It's just occurred to me that Tenzo's crazy. It's not just like quirky crazy. He's fucking insane.
He's
I'm-
genuinely off the fucking.
Just so you
I
know, this is
didn't-
this is the real familiar. Michael, I talked about it, and he okayed it without knowing what it was. So his reaction was live, and he said doll even, and I almost lost it. So
I didn't realize that I was going to be in a situation where I missed Clokey.
Oh
well-
no, we leave
I
Clokey
miss
somewhere.
Clokey.
and I turn around and I say, hey, we're gonna need another cloak.
Leave that with me. Your team needs you. How do I say this? With all the love in my tiny little heart, fuck off.
Okay.
She
Well,
gives you a salute.
I like her.
I
I
love
just-
her.
I don't even salute it back. I just okay. And I turn around.
As you're walking out, you hear her muttering, I had my own crew handpicked. I knew who I wanted, and I had to go save the city.
I slam the door hard, and I look at everybody, and I go, Lenore does not like her, and I walk
You-
off towards my desk, if I have a desk.
Just
Okay.
I pretend.
As long as you keep that thing away from me, I'm fine.
You,
Yeah, and this is what you see as I walk away. Just
Oh.
little pudgy hand comes up. Okay. Walking down the corridor out past the offices.
Like, it's so-
Ah! The,
I'm sorry.
Are you though?
Nobody prepped me for this being what I came back to. So
we didn't know about this.
Okay, here's the
You're
thing.
all brand new.
I follow Hero Forge on Reddit. I don't use Reddit very often, but I follow Hero Forge on Reddit. And this motherfucker actually mentioned creating a doll on the Hero
my-
Forge.
you cheated.
How
cheated.
many up? How many?
No, you were
upvotes
just
did
an
you
idiot.
Well,
oh, shit.
So,
Thought it
I
was
was
so
Dude,
good.
for it.
and even I wasn't fully prepared. The man has an actual doll.
Oh, and it has.
I
to
made
look, and it
this.
has to look like that too. Like it
I
has to
made
look.
this with my own two hands.
It
I
has
know
to
you
look just
made it.
so evil.
it makes it so much worse.
It has a
I
belly
like that the touching your hand was like the no, but this doll being at your rib was like totally okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Donovan, as
special.
about now, you're probably wishing they threw you down the stairs just a little bit harder.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Okay. So, the bullpen's a fairly busy room. Lots of people coming and going, lots of talking. There's a couple of watchmen slamming their hands on the desk, leaning over some rather guilty-looking urchins and townsfolk, and just your regular day in the bullpen. Sitting in the back corner near a window is a guy sort of at the designated liaison's desk, and this is Rorik Kerwind. You're currently sort of sitting or standing around in this center open area. You can go see Rorik. You can wander out of the building and out into Waterdeep. This is entirely up to you.
I'm gonna go wander. I'm bored here. There's papers. I don't like papers. I'm out.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The ledgers and stuff that we took from the old man there.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to go over those and see if maybe there was other people who might have been tied to this group? Like where the money was going, that sort of thing.
The ledgers were fairly self-contained in that they were Lenton's record keeping for his
Mhm.
building and his
Oh.
personal finances, plus the letter from the Bull Elks. So
I
You
see.
could probably spend some time in the records archive, seeing if any other sort of similar payments have been made in the past. But those themselves are fairly self-contained as evidence.
Yeah, I'll go pop in there.
Hey guys, just a quick question before we all split up, maybe. Who did I give the money to?
Gabe had it.
Was it Gabe? Okay.
Gabe has it.
Okay.
Gabe's
Thank
like, yeah,
you.
I feel slightly uncomfortable about lying about this to, I mean, we were going to get that money anyway. Maybe I feel like maybe we should go back to the building and have another canvass. We might get some more evidence or witnesses, and we can. Maybe we looked in the wrong corner of the mattress, guys. He looks
Maybe there's more.
Well, I know there's
Yeah.
more booze there.
Oh hell
That's
yeah!
what
Let's
I
go
know.
to the place. Let's go.
Okay, so
I'm
we
down.
got Nixie and Felia headed back towards the caravan. Coach's Court tenements.
Does anyone need to shop? That's the only other thing I can think of.
Charise, you're headed to the
Any
archives.
Yeah.
Enzo and Ornipus, what are you guys up to at this stage? Or what are you thinking about at this stage?
I look at Ornipus and I go, I think we're finally making it.
Yeah, we came a long way. I didn't think that we'd be in a position in which we're going to be rubbing elbows with royalty. I'm not really in it for that, but I guess I don't really have any other option. What are you feeling?
Do you wanna go stand on top of a building or something?
I absolutely want to throw rocks off of the building.
Well, I don't feel like throwing rocks. I mean, I was just gonna smoke. I need a smoke break.
I'm trying to cut back.
Oh,
I'm too
Well-
stressed.
Lenore can smoke yours, I guess.
Are you keeping that thing around all the time now?
I mean,
Oh my
I can. She doesn't have to be like here. I can send her to the ethereal plane. But
I don't want to be rude.
yeah, that's pretty rude, Oedipus. No, hey, he's cool.
Listen, I'm saying this to you as a friend. The more you pull that thing out, the more attention you're gonna get.
I don't
and
wait.
none
Hold
of
on.
it's good.
She has her own like consciousness. She can kind of do whatever she wants. Like she'll.
He's not
obey.
actually talking through her. This is a familiar. There is a spirit inhabiting that thing,
Yep.
and this
Yeah.
is yeah.
I got
I-
something.
She sounds like Mr. Hanky.
I'm a full person. Oedipus.
You are something.
I'm definitely something.
You are. That you are.
All right, and I go. Actually, Lenore, I think you've probably done enough. How about I'll hit you up when I need you, and then she just kind of like, sucks into herself and then disappears.
Yes. So
All right, hey, I mean, just the two of us. Come on, Ormus, let's go do something.
As you're walking out, Ornipus in particular, you can see a few weird glares, weird stares, and there is a guy sitting sort of in up in the front corner of the bullpen, like right up near the offices, who's just fucking death staring you both. Okay, so we'll quickly hang with Charise for a few rounds, and then we will see what the girls are up to. After which we'll get back to you pair, which gives you pair time to find a building to climb up onto. So, Charise, how long do you want to spend in the archives?
What time of day is it now? It's morning.
It's first thing in the morning.
Let's say till lunch. Basically, call it at lunchtime.
Okay, so that's going to be about 4 or 5 hours potentially, because it's an early start. Give me 5 investigation checks, please.
Nice.
21, 12, 13. Okay. 24. Very
Whoa,
good.
Nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and nat 20.
And then
Wow.
what? Then a natural 1.
Look, I got hungry.
Yeah, right towards the very end, you're having a hard time concentrating on all the books. Honestly, also, your attention's starting to wander because you're like, I'm pretty sure I found a solid lead here somewhere.
Yeah.
There is... there's been a couple of payments made in the past using similar language from records seized by the Watch. Made also like it's almost like this letter offering to bribe Lenton was almost copy pasted from another letter that you found. That the building burnt down a couple of years ago, but it was a similar operation where a building was going to be used as a smuggling drop, and the same bribe was made. But it was made by somebody within the Xanathar's Guild. But this was, as I said, it was dated probably about 1492, so about 8 years ago. And yeah, it's remarkably similar handwriting, but a bit. It's sort of got the same style of handwriting, but a bit messier, almost as though it was someone else. The same person was writing it, but with a shakier hand, maybe. It's hard to say.
Okay. All right. I think I know what my next step is going to be after that. So a lot of people who need to get their books done, their financials, things like that, they'll actually go through the Temple of Joaquin. So I might try and hit up a one of the nearby temples that has their own archives and see if I can find some matching amounts there with the Wakinar. But I mean, that's kind of a long shot, but I'll do that after lunch.
Okay, let's go see the girls. You have a couple of hours to play with. So you are making your way back down Flop Street towards the Dancers' Court.
Yes. What does everything look like when we get there? Is it business as usual, or are things still...
It's largely business as usual. There's a couple of watchmen. There's a watchman posted out the front of the double doors between leading out onto the Dancers' Court. And depending on which way you've come in, there's also a watchman on outside the double doors in coach's clothes, right? That where you first entered the building.
Got it. Felia very
They look bored.
Felia very dramatically shrugs into her special person's cape that is probably maybe kind of higher than the people she's about to walk past, and says,
We're strutting. We're just kind of strutting slowly.
"Excuse me, we are here to search this house by order of a small halfling lady."
Oh. They're the new guy that went water.
Yes, we are
Yes,
the people
ma'am.
who saved the town.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Warden. Come on in. We'll keep
Wait.
we'll keep the door. I'll
Say that
alert you if
again?
anyone else.
Yes, what?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Yes, Warden.
I like the sound of that. As you were.
The guy just sort of taps the side of his hat and then rests his hand back on his club, looking bored and just trying to look as disinterested as possible.
Okay, go inside.
With
And
a
then-
lot of effort to look disinterested.
And
Yeah.
then she's gonna just bolt for the room upstairs that we found everything in.
Which
Mhm.
way was it? It was towards the left, right?
It was like second floor at the back.
Second floor, you turn left, it's the door like almost right in front of you, and there's
We gotta hope there's booze. Move. Hopefully you didn't drink it all that day, you booze hound.
I did not. I just drank most of it.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of wine left in that cask. Felia wasn't under it quite that long.
I had a job to do. I'm not irresponsible.
You got totally wasted. What are you talking about?
It's like I'm moderately wasted. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Everything in moderation.
Can we get into the same room? It's not locked off.
It's still unlocked from last
Okay.
night.
All right.
Should we knock just in case?
Nah, I just banged the door open.
Okay. I'm fine
We're
with
the
that.
Wardens now. We can do what we want. And I want to do an investigation of the room.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. That's the original one I used. Apologies. I will open the correct one.
That was
Yeah, so
great.
the rooms, the rooms just as you left it. There's a strong smell of wine as you come in. There's a carpet underneath this cask of wine in the corner, like a really fancy looking cask, Nixie. It's mouth-wateringly nicely done. They don't put cheap shit wine in a cask this nice. But there's a puddle, like the rug underneath it is so there's just this very slow drip of wine that over the course of 7 or 8 hours has kind of soaked the carpet underneath.
Like it smells good, but it smells like kind of musty up in here. It's a little musty.
Is it like a carpet that's fixed to the floor? Or you know what? I don't care. She walks over to it and she casts prestidigitation on it and just cleans it up.
And just like that, the smell of the wine evaporates, Nixie.
Nixie, your booze carpet awaits.
Let's see. Should we look before we get drunk, or moderately before we drink?
You can drink first. I'll look first. I have a terrible roll. But
okay. I find a glass. I'm just.
Amateur.
I'm kind of like kicking. I'm kind of like kicking shit around of the room, like lifting stuff up with my foot, and nope, not in here.
Okay, well, yeah, it's there's not a lot of interest in here. There's nothing stashed under the carpet. There's a really, really good view of the dancers' court. You can see all the way down in through the front door of the Jade Dancer across the dancers' court from there. There's some pretty fine clothes in this wardrobe. And there's just books and tomes and records and like minutely kept records of the whole building. Apparently upstairs was just going to be the biggest rat's nest concentration of tiny ass bedrooms imaginable.
Is there any arcane looking books among them?
There is not.
I'm gonna get some shoes.
Okay. I'm going to leave you guys there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Tenzo and Ornipus, where are you guys up to?
Before we do that, do you want to take a quick break?
Yes. Let's take a quick bathroom break. We will be back in a few minutes. Welcome back. So we are now currently just cutting to a rooftop somewhere in the South Ward, where one Tenzo Aberdeen and Ornipus, and not Lenore, because Lenore is currently in a pocket dimension, are just having a chat.
And how are you feeling about all the things we've accomplished lately?
I don't know. I mean, it's better than where I was the first day I got in Waterdeep. You know.
I mean, I'm happy for you, but I'd be lying if I said that this doesn't feel off for me.
Yeah, I mean, you think your dad's gonna be okay with this situation?
Absolutely not. But, you know, that again, didn't he ever approve of anything else I did?
Yeah, I mean, you don't think he's gonna try to like use you or anything?
I wouldn't be surprised. But, you know, I guess until then, we could look at this as almost a positive thing. I mean, everyone else can play by the rules, but we get more power. I can fuck shit up a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel different. I think I'm kind of feeling different too, but it might just be from this medicine.
Medicine? What medicine are you taking?
Oh, I wave my wand and Lenore pops back into existence, and she goes, "Oh, Keith, Tenzo's got these pills now." And I go, "Yeah, I guess my dad figured out how to make the screaming inside my head stop, so that's neat. Everything seems a little bit more gray now."
Gray? Is he dumbing you down?
I guess that's how you could describe it. And Lenore like jumps for me and is like lands on Ornipus's shoulder, and she whispers in your ear, she's like, "I don't feel dull at all. I'm not taking medicine."
That's good, Lenore. I'm glad that you're feeling good.
Me too. And then she jumps back and lands on my shoulder.
You know, it's going to take some adjustment for me and Lenore to get around, you know?
Is it really that out of the ordinary? I mean,
All things considered, we've been through a lot. I've seen you do a lot. But this is up there.
you like found me eating garbage, and this is
Wait.
worse.
Slightly. But, I mean, I think in comparison to eating actual shit, this is just right below it.
I mean, Lenore. I mean, the doll that was Lenore before she was Lenore was like the only thing I had from my previous life.
And that's why I'm doing my best. And I'm just telling you, I will try, but this is it's a little much. But
Okay.
I'm working on it. I'm working.
Well,
But
we won't overdo it, so I dismiss Lenore back into her pocket dimension.
all right. So with that being said, how are you feeling about this medicine? Are you entirely comfortable with it?
I mean, I don't know of any other side effects other than just kind of feeling a little bit desensitized. I guess we're gonna find out.
All right, man. Well, now that we're just here, did you have any plans on what to shit next?
I think we should probably head to the Saloon Temple. Maybe talk to some people there. Let them know that maybe they should post some extra clerics around the doors. They might be under attack.
Yeah, what were they? We can fucking flaunt around, show off a little bit, right? Maybe, come across some people that need a little bit of roughing up, you know?
Lenore goes, "I know."
Yeah, I know you know, Lenore. I know you know.
All right, yeah, let's head over there.
Okay, so the House of the Moon is up in the well, let's see. You guys are down here somewhere, and the House of the Moon is up here somewhere. So it takes about an hour of just you don't have to push through the crowds quite as hard as you would because these black cloaks are very reminiscent of the Magisters, who are kind of a couple of steps up in the City Watch, and people are like clearing the way.
Is that out of our jurisdiction or is that within?
Oh, you're now well and truly out of the Southern Ward,
Okay.
but given that you're investigating this particular case, you still have a certain amount of jurisdiction in the area.
Gotcha.
Are we saying we all met up after lunch to do this, or what's the vibe?
Did you guys stop back at the watch post or the guard post, or did you head straight to the temple?
I think we probably would have just went straight to the temple.
Yeah, I don't really do the whole
Okay.
checking in thing.
Okay, so
I have a idea if you guys do come back to, if the two of you come back to the post
Yeah, you're right.
after lunch, because I was thinking instead of going over to the Temple of Joaquin, I might go check out the place that burned down that also had, that got the same note and all that stuff. So after you guys go and these two will go to the temple, but the three of us could go check out the place that burned down.
Yeah, we'd have Gabe with us too.
well, these pair still have another hour or two in their morning before it hits lunchtime because they took off,
got it.
have a smoke on the rooftop, and then find
Drinking.
themselves up in, I believe, the Sea Ward or the Castle Ward. The House of the Moon is sort of a large hexagonal, I believe, building with a round dome on top. It's sitting sort of up on a plinth on some stairs, and there's a number of people sort of walking around serenely in these silver and blue robes that you saw the young cleric last night wearing. One of them sees you approaching the door. Welcome to the House of the Moon. How can we help you today?
I look at Ornifus, and you want me to take the lead on this one?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll follow.
Hello, my name is Warden Aberdeen. This is Warden. What was your last name?
Go on.
The Wardens. You're the people who saved the Moonsphere last night. We are
Certainly
indebted to you.
That's right, and I think we need to talk to your head priestess. I mean, if that's you, we have some sensitive information.
I can ask. The head of the house is currently asleep. As you might understand, she sequesters herself on nights of the full moon to commune with Saloon. Can I perhaps leave a message for you?
You can bring her out now. This is official. I don't think you understand. This is official warden business.
Of course, yes. A moment. Okay, so the young attendant takes off very briefly.
I turn to Ornifus and I go, I wonder if this character is ready for a situation like this, or if I just threw the DM into a tight spot.
No, you did the right thing. I'm doing that that mobster thing where they're like in the background just picking up random shit, looking at it. Just like, oh. This looks expensive. Oops. Fucking fell. Sorry, Butterfingers.
Okay. So the house, as you're led in and led to just a side alcove to sit in, like there's some really grandiose vestments, like fine light blue silk with silver trimmings and embroidery. There's a little bit of a little bit of an air of you can get the overall theme of cool light, the moon, nighttime, stuff like that. And the priestess of the high moonlight, Nanathia Saril, comes trotting out about 15 minutes later, all done up, high collar, corset, very very well done up. Wardens, I understand we have a lot to thank you for from last night. Okay, how can I help you? I'm sorry. What can the House of the Moon, do for you today?
First, I would like to ask your name, ma'am.
Naniatha Sharil, High Priestess of the House of the Moon.
All right, and where were you last night?
I was in the High Temple on the rooftop, communing with the Moon Goddess.
Communing. I think you might need to be a little bit more specific.
Would you like a map of the temple, Warden?
No, I'd just like to know what communing entails.
A lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of listening. Are you a religious man, Warden?
We're not talking about my specific beliefs right now, Mrs. Searle. Could you tell me what it is you're praying about?
Guidance for where to take the church, to shore up my connection with the Moon Goddess. Is this important to your investigation, Warden?
Have you thought about
Absolutely.
maybe asking her for a cup of coffee? You seem pretty
Yeah.
tired.
I was certainly up all night.
How often are you up all night? Would a priestess be mostly nocturnal if you're worshiping the moon?
The night of the full moon is a special occasion, as you should understand, when our connection to Saloon is at its strongest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Likely story. And I just pretend to write something down. And I said, "Do you have any enemies?"
We're the Church of Saloon. Of course we have enemies.
Is it the sun?
There's the Church of Shah, there's the Church of Loviata, there's even the Church of Tempest, and there's, well, just about any evil church, really.
As wardens, we try not to look at anything inherently evil. Now, you might look at my half orc friend and say, orc, evil. No, we're not. We're not. We don't try not to use labels like that. Some might say the moon's evil. You ever seen someone die from a high tide?
I have.
He has.
Warden,
I
I'm
have.
not such a fool as to believe that all orcs succumb to the blood of Malab and Grumsh, but if you believe that the Church of Shah has anything but your evil in mind, then you are quite simply a fool.
Now, Miss Searle, I never said anything about a Church of Shaw.
No, but they are our worst enemies. If you believe that the Church of Loviata, by the way, is essentially the goddess of torture and pain, if you believe that Loviata has
Based.
your health and well-being in mind, you're similarly a fool.
I don't know what this name calling is about.
Look, you
I
implied
don't
that I'm
I
not
don't
trying.
understand the hostility, but we're trying to help you. Do you know that there was an attack on a moonsphere in Dancer's Court last night?
My assistant briefed me very briefly on my way down here just now. I understand you were one of the people who stopped that.
Oh yeah, I was. Along
Thank
with my
you.
friend
Thank
here.
you, Warden. And thank you, Warden.
That's not so foolish now, is it?
Certainly not.
Hmm.
One might suggest that attempting to blow up the moon sphere and with it, gods knows how much of Waterdeep would be similarly evil, would it not?
Well, that's what we're here to find out. Do you have any questions for this?
Do you know anything of the people behind it? Maybe we can assist with
No.
identifying potential enemies.
Well, you see, that's where we were coming to you for. We were hoping that maybe you could point us in a direction in which maybe would lead to some people like that, if you had any ideas.
And there are leads, there are suspects, but it's police confident or warden confidentiality that we cannot disclose those suspects to you.
Of course, of course.
So, who would be someone that you would be concerned about?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Most of the evil churches,
There's that E
don't
word
have
again.
they don't have open temples in Waterdeep, do they? I mean, maybe you would have found them in the plinths, but well, of course we know the plinths collapsed in the Great Spell Plague.
Naturally.
Shah, the Viata, the Kalos. They don't advertise very often. They I could do with some. Excuse me, she reach down to talk to an assistant of hers, and you do very strongly hear the word coffee mentioned.
We won't keep you too long. There is one thing that I want to show you, and I turn around and I hold my arm out, and Lenore runs down it and like hops over to Ornithus.
Yeah. What is that?
That's a officer in training. I need you to show some respect. And I turn around and I I pull up my sorry.
This is serious. Stop.
This is absolutely going to wind up on TikTok. I just know it.
I pull out my brush and I cast minor illusion, and I'm going to sculpt with magical paint that contraption, that magical device that we saw last night. And I step to the side and I go, "Do you know anything about what this might be?"
She looks at it closely. Can you zoom in on that orb of magic? And it looks dark. I'm not familiar with a device such as this, but maybe one of the followers of Mistra could help.
I think that's the arcane goddess, right?
That is the goddess of magic.
Okay.
So this is like, if you know some of your basic stories out of the Book of Genesis, for example, like almost everyone knows about the Tower of Babel or David and Goliath or Noah's Ark. So one of the earliest stories has when Saloon and Shah started fighting each other over whether or not to bring light and life to creation. Saloon ripped a bunch of her essence from her own body and threw it at Shah. It flew through Shah, ripped some of her essence out, and the combined essence became Mistra, their daughter.
That's hot.
And Mistra is the embodiment of the weave, that quasi-physical structure that you draw your magic from, both as a wizard and as a bard. You just access it in different ways.
Yes, and I say, well, I will keep that in mind in our further investigation. I don't think I have any more questions for you at the moment, so you can.
I shall put a hold on that order and retire again. I hope I could have been of service, Master Warden. Master Warden. You know where to find me.
You're
Alright.
forgetting to say goodbye to somebody.
Sorry, could you? Oh, and trainee Warden.
Warden in training. I'm training.
Yes, of course. Thank you. She turns around in a little bit of a daze, like she's now allowing the sleep to catch up to her, and sort of staggers with as much dignity as she can muster back towards the back of this large hall with stairs leading upstairs, and you get the sense that you no longer register on her brain. She is purely on autopilot, getting back to bed.
You realize you just gave her nightmares, right?
I mean, everyone needs a few, right?
You can't live without them.
That's true. I
Okay,
think we need
so
to head back to base and meet with everyone.
Oh yeah.
okay, so you girls, you're headed back to the guard post.
Yes.
Okay, so it probably takes about an hour. You girls, obviously being a little bit closer, have some time to hang with Charise and Gabe. The
We're
boys
drunk.
show up.
At least Nixie's drunk. I'm drunk. A little bit. Little buzz.
A little bit, okay. Strangely,
worth it.
not a lot of people seem to notice.
I'm work
can hold it well.
acceptably
Big
buzzed.
city.
I'm professional.
I'm starting to get the impression this is sort of a job you do buzzed. Like, it's like a requisite of the job.
It's
Look-
like the buzz driving is drunk driving slogan. Buzzed working is drunk working. Buzzed working is drunk working. But I
Yeah,
can
look-
hold I'm one of those people. I can hold my liquor. I'm fine. I'm a
A
good drunk
functional
driver.
alcoholic.
Yes, exactly.
But
Nixie
the
may
word
be onto
means,
something.
I think is functional.
Very functional.
Nixie may be onto something. Nixie may very well not be onto something. We'll leave
What?
that to your discretion.
I know what I'm
Okay.
doing. It's not my first jot around the block over here. You know what I'm saying?
So we find ourselves back at the guard post at lunch as the two lads stroll in from their walk up to the north end of the city. Where are we at?
Sorry, we're at the guard post.
Yes, you find yourselves back in the guard post. The Mayrose is currently nowhere to be seen. If you sort of head back to this meeting room in this half tower, away from all of the staring eyes.
So I think we have two options. The first option is we split 550 stolen platinum between all of us that Gabriel still has. The second option is we hand it over to Mayrose and say we found it in the house. You know?
I say the second option sucks. There's no reason to tell her.
Gabe is like, okay, but if we tell her, She's just going to give the money back to us anyway.
Well, she said
What if
something
it's a
about
trick?
weapons.
But what if it's a trick?
I don't think it's a trick. At least not from her. She doesn't seem like the type that's trying to entrap us.
Okay, you know what? I'll do whatever. I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do. But if it's a trick, then I knew nothing about it.
Then I'll buy you a drink later if it's a trick, okay? It's on me. Round's on me.
I like it.
Felia's going to grab the, I'm assuming, pouch of platinum off Gabriel and trot back up the stairs and then knock jauntily on the door to the room that Mayros was last in.
Okay, so Mayro, you're not sure where Mayros is at the moment, but
No, Felia is positive she is exactly where she left her because that's how everyone works. They just sit there. She's there.
right. So Felia is probably going to be very confused when she's not there.
Mhm.
But after about 5 minutes, Mayrose wanders back in through the front of the guard post with a bag full of hot pastries. Wanders
Mayrose.
in through the back, drops them on the table. Well, I see you're all still here or back here. Where are you up to?
I've never been more happy to see a small person in my entire life. We have gold. No, I think it's platinum for you. We found it. It was there. It wasn't. It's just appeared. It was like a surprise. Can I have pastry?
You're not supposed to call them small people.
It's frowned upon.
Miniature.
The term
No.
you're looking for, Frostwalker, is ma'am.
You're not okay. Yeah.
Senior Civil R will do.
Can I have her pastry?
Can we call
You
her?
may.
Okay.
Just starts like grubbing.
There's more than enough for every. Go on, Frostwalker. Get it. You're new to the city. You're new to people, aren't you?
To people.
You're
In
really
general.
good at reading people. How did you know?
Okay, where are we up to in the investigation so far? I don't expect you to busted the case wide open in the first few hours, but what have we got? Give me something.
Well,
Pastry.
in addition to recovering the platinum, I found a similar note matching the one that the other guy got, but it was to someone who owned a building that burned down about 8 years ago, and I want to go over and check out that area and see if we can get some information there. It originally came from the Xanathar Guild, so and it's in the same hand but messier, so I'm thinking that someone from the Xanathar Guild is part of this new outfit, and we've got them basically picking up where the Xanathar Guild left off. And if that's the case, someone over there's got to know something.
Well, Xanathar has been keeping their head down since they was brawling with Xantarum about 4 years ago. I suppose they could be trying to make a comeback. Or they're losing control of their people. Hard to say.
There were a lot of smaller groups that were under their umbrella. If they don't have the clout anymore, you're going to have a bunch of these other guys trying to strike out on their own and use the same bag of tricks.
All right. Wouldn't want to be patrolling the dock wards about now. That's all right. Good job, Wheeler. Anyone else got something to throw in? The ladies found the gold. This is good. I'll tell you what. We'll make a note of leave the gold with. Well, I should say leave the platinum with me. I'll make sure it's logged properly, and then we will get it back to you. Start getting some better equipment. And
Felia
you,
would
lads?
agree.
But we are getting it back, right?
Okay, here's the deal. We're not getting funded for this program. However,
What?
we look.
Now the truth comes
I
out.
knew
A
it.
lot-
You owe me a
Hey,
drink,
hold-
Felia.
Hold.
Hey, Nixie,
We
can I
are
offer you a pastry in this trying time?
No.
we are
Give me
allowed.
that.
Look, we got people who want to see us fail. We got people who want to see us succeed. We're not getting funded by the city, but you are allowed to confiscate items from perps, from co-conspirators. Any items that would normally be turned in, that would go to the city treasury, go to our own personal fund.
Anything?
Self-funded.
Anything.
All right, look, I don't want you kicking down doors and just taking. Look, don't be stealing people's shit. All right, Oro.
Aw.
Lenore goes, I'm only in this for the money.
You shut that thing up.
Don't talk to her that way.
I'm gonna punt it across the room.
All right, but look. 15 platinum suns, a necklace of fireball, 10 beads on a necklace of fireballs.
We're gonna
That's
get some
gonna-
good equipment.
That's going to get us started nicely.
It's a fair amount of startup capital, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be at least a 7-way split. And don't worry, I'll be investing what I get back into this program. I have no need to make a killing. But yeah, so you will be getting paid. Let's just hope we take down some high. Tell you what, if we get word of any drug busts waiting to happen in the South Ward, then we'll be rolling.
We get the drugs.
In drugs?
Look, you're not going to be selling the drugs.
I mean, we don't have to sell them. I mean,
I
not
wasn't thinking about selling them at all.
not a.
You
we
confiscate
could
them, the
sell
city
some
will
of them.
reimburse you. I'm aware some of our arcanists in the city are experimenting with more wholesome applications.
Wait,
Oh.
so the city's
shit,
gonna
no
buy
problem.
our drugs, is what you're telling us?
Sounds about right.
Sweet.
And is that a flat rate or is that market price?
Yeah, I know, right?
What is their
These are
likely
things we need to know.
Earth Mother preserve me. This is not a conversation I thought I'd be trying to keep a straight face when I woke up this morning.
Tell you
Right.
what. This is kind of my area. Money. All right. I'll look into it. I'll get us the best price for anything that we have to turn into the city. How about that?
I knew having a walkie night could be helpful. All right, Wheeler, you are our money man, money woman, as it were. Okay, lads, dare I ask what you pair got up to? And she,
Actually, got quite a bit done, actually.
oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, and Lenore was a major help. So I don't want to hear
Ugh.
anyone saying anything bad about
Stop
my
calling
new-
it by a name.
our new
What?
trainee.
What have you got for me, Aberdeen?
No, hold on. I need to address the elephant in the room. Nixie, I'm not just calling you High Elf. That seems a little bit reductive, and we're going to refer to Lenore by her name.
No, I don't even. What is it?
It?
I actually am
She-
a high elf.
Nixie,
So if you called me
Yeah,
that, I
but
would
I
be kind
call
of
your
okay.
name.
That is abomination, and it
Nixie.
should be burned.
Nixie, they don't like to be called small people. You've got to use her name.
It's an it. That is an it.
Back me up here, Mayrose.
Mayros, you cannot
Look,
be serious.
Look, she's out of line, but she's right.
I'm
You know
always
what?
right.
I grab Tenzo by the shoulder and I say, "Listen, man, she's got to earn her keep. Just let this one slide. Eventually, we'll work it out."
Okay. We visited the Temple of Saloon. And
Okay. Yep.
we talked to the High Priestess, actually.
Okay.
And I think she's maybe keeping some information from us, but I didn't want to press it.
Okay.
We did get a bit of a lead. Well, a point in the right direction towards this magical item that we found.
Okay, S-Boss, tell me more.
Well, I think we're gonna follow up with some magic church people. I'm not very much of a religious man myself, but that's Tenzo's territory.
Mistra would be alright. Mistrans would be useful, I guess, if this is a magical device.
We need to gather some information from the Church of Shaw, and we need to talk to some representatives from Mistra as well.
You mean,
All
are
right.
we talking about Shar?
Shaw, yeah.
Shar. Okay.
Well, you're not going to find a temple to Shar to just knock up on the door, and I'm not quite ready to throw away my brand new team of wardens by sending you down to Undermountain to scope about for some Sharons there.
We have to go to Undermountain for that?
There's actually, he makes a good point. If we've got operatives of Shar here in the city, I don't think we would have to go all the way to Undermountain. They've got to have some sort of base of operations here, some sort of altar, shrine. There's got to be something like that here in the city. Going out to Undermountain for prayers every night would be completely ridiculous.
Okay, maybe make a note. Let's check in with the whichever guild's dealing with the sewers. Maybe they've seen or heard something. You could try poking about in the Warrens. The Warrens are essentially like a small undercity in and of itself, made of connected cellars, a little overlap of sewers. The Warrens, to your knowledge, are predominant, and particularly you, Charise, dealing in finances. It's where a lot of the halflings, dwarves, and gnomes are. So, you're dealing with a lot of industry. You were dealing with a lot of industry coming out of that unofficial ward. But okay, I do believe there are some Mr. researchers somewhere in the South Ward. Who was it? I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
Would it be...
Well, there's got to be at least somebody who knows something.
Capian and Shalora?
Aye! That's right, Aberdeen. Yes. They're over at Anchoret's Court, just on the other side of the High Street, I believe.
All right, we'll go talk to them.
Alrighty then.
But
good
first,
job so far.
somebody owes me a drink.
I said later.
I smell your breath. I think you already had a few.
That's not the point.
Please don't tell me that our first day here, and
Wow, Nixie,
I'm
I
not-
can't
you know
believe you're
what?
drinking on the job.
You know what?
I'm not even
You know
gonna
what?
ask.
Orny,
That might explain
you're
your
probably
behavior.
smelling your upper lip. And you know what? Don't you talk to me with that thing hanging out. Mm-mm.
There you go with the thing.
It's a thing.
That'll do, Wardens. Gather up whatever's left of the food, and again, I mean this with all the love in my wee little heart. Fuck off. Also,
Bye,
good
boss.
job so far. Good job so far.
Gonna go have one drink for you
Um,
now that I'm off for the day. Because I would
who
never
wants to-
drink during work
Wh-
hours.
What do you mean off for the day? It's lunchtime.
I can need a nap, okay? And a drink. And some food.
Happy
And I need that
hour, I
thing to
think
stop
you mean.
fucking looking at me. Stop fucking looking. It's looking at me. Tenzo, I swear to God, if you do not control it, it is not allowed to look at me. You understand?
Lenore says,
No. No.
Lenore
No.
says, only one of us has to sleep.
Oh, hell no. I'm out of here. Bye.
I go, Lenore,
No.
please stop. She goes, I'm ready to bust some skulls. No.
I'll bust
No,
its
you have
skull.
like-
Does it
you have,
even
like,
have a
one-
skull?
you have like 1 hit point, and she goes, and she like kind of like hits herself in the head and goes squeak squeak. It's like
That's your
Squeaky
creation.
toy.
You made that. You
It's
made
like a
that.
squeak
Let's
toy.
all keep that in mind. He made that. Again, I'm out. Bye.
As we leave the room, Felia shoves her pockets as full as possible of pastries.
All right. Well,
Felia, let's go to the pub now.
Which one?
Mayrose
Which one
makes
of
a
this?
very distinct point of not noticing.
How many of this motley fucking crew is going to go with me to check out the burnt down building?
Wait, what have we got to do? We've got to see a burnt down building. We need to go
Time.
to see.
The find the Mistra people.
Yeah, the Mistra people. Why did
Capian and
why did we-
Shalora.
Why have I got Aurora's catalog written down? What were we doing?
Magic items.
Magic items?
Yeah, you're aware.
Oh,
of
you were
that.
gonna take the shard to get investigated by Aurora.
Yes, I was. Okay. We can do burnt down house first. That seems the least interesting, so it'll probably kill us all.
We can,
eat on the way.
yeah, we can stop by a cart or something and get some food on the way.
So-
I have
Cart
pastries, I'm
food
fine.
sucks, dude. I want like food.
You don't
You
like
guys,
horse?
you guys don't
No.
bring food with you for lunch?
Why?
I make sandwiches for myself in the morning.
Oh, how frugal of you.
Do you,
So
do you
Yes.
make them at the beginning of the week? Do you prepare for the week, princess? The whole week?
Well, no, but
You
like a couple days.
don't you? Loser.
A couple days.
Loser.
I mean, not the weekends.
We usually, I mean, for lunch, we usually go grab some gabagool from Ornipus' mom, but
Absolutely.
I want to go. Orny,
That
I've
sounds pretty
never met
good.
your mom.
I mean,
Nobody meets Mama.
it might be a little bit cramped in there, but I think we can go see. We could probably go to Ornipus' mom for lunch.
I like it. Let's go.
I might like being a warden.
Please, Orny, please.
I'm not sharing any of my gabagool.
Wait.
That's fine.
Oh, wait. She's probably with a client right now.
Hey, shut your mouth. How about that?
No, that's not what I.
What is it your mother does?
What is it your motherfucking does?
I get in between Ornipus and Charise, and I go, his mother's in public relations. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
She does a damn good job too.
Okay. All right.
Brings the family honor.
I didn't mean to offend you. If you're in need of some financial services that need to be, some funds that need to be put aside, let me know. I'm sorry, I'll do it completely on the house.
I bet you would do something on the house, Charise. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's a little warm in here. Let's go outside. Let's go get some lunch.
Let's go.
Yeah.
okay, so Ms. Esbos has a small apartment down near the Way of the Dragon, sort of down near Dock Ward, right on the border of the two wards. She's a very buff-looking orc lady.
Should I get
And-
a model of her made?
Is this your mom, Orny?
Wait, are we going to his house or not? I'm confused. What's the vibe?
Just
Are
a
we
buff
headed?
orc
Are we
woman.
headed to Ornipus's house for lunch?
For lunch? Yes.
Okay.
Ornipus,
Mom,
friend, how are you doing, son?
Mama, listen, I'm sorry to come unannounced, but we have company.
Oh my god, you look just like your mom.
Hi, I'm Felia.
So cute.
Oh, Ornipus, you bring your little friends with you. I am so proud of my son.
Mom, stop.
Hey,
So
Miss.
Onipus was just telling us about how you have a job and you run a business and stuff.
Shh. Felia, shut up.
Why?
Yes, I'm in the entertainment industry. But you
Oh,
must
he
be
said public
hungry.
relations.
Yes, of course. You must be hungry.
Starving.
Oh, you
I
must be
am
hungry, all of you.
starving. Yes.
Entertainment. That's a highly lucrative field to be in.
Yeah, it is. So how about we move on from this subject? Huh, guys?
Look at you. You're hungry. You're wasting away to nothing, Oedipus. I get food for everybody.
Aw, I'm
She
starving.
bustles off into another room. You just hear the sound of like fucking meat cleavers going nuts. Things being thrown around. Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
She
I love her.
she washed her hands right before
Why?
touching them.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Charise, listen.
I have a thing with germs.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I
with-
never see you wash your hands
Oh, it's specifically with meat.
with meat.
With meat.
Okay.
I got food poisoning at
You
an
don't like-
Arby's a couple years ago.
Oh,
So
The
You stopped
medieval
at the cart.
Arby's.
See,
Yeah,
that's
the
what I'm
medieval
talking
Arby's.
about. You stopped at that Arby's cart. The carts are you cannot go to the carts.
you do
I
have
have been trying to tell y'all.
You do have to be careful of meat cross contamination. It is,
Yeah.
You don't want to mix
we
the
don't
meat
want-
up.
we don't want to
love
mix the
meat.
meats.
Yeah.
I love meat.
Lenore like whispers in my ear, "Isn't she a whore?" Yeah. Shut up. And then I use my action to dismiss her into a pocket dimension.
Good job. Mrs. Espos sticks her head around the corner. Oh, the table. We need to clean the table. And she just fires her fingers at it. And Felia, you recognize the prestidigitation effect as just the whole table becomes pristine clean.
That must
And
be
then she-
handy. You know.
Oh, darling, you have no idea. You and I, we should talk sometime. You'll be. I think you'll be very good in the entertainment industry. We just need to put some meat on your. Look at you. You're
She
wasting
would
away. And she
We
gets
need to
back into
put
the
some
kitchen.
meat in. You know what? You are right because she needs some meat in her.
I don't know what's
Ma-
going
Turns
on.
back around.
Ma, get back in the kitchen.
You Nixie.
Get back in the kitchen, Ma.
Okay, and she takes off again. Comes out, just plates laden with various cuts of meat and breads, and just slides them down her arm.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, all right. Tell me everything about my little Oni. How is he doing?
Oh, fucking Christ.
Who's good?
I need to. I go down to the cart. You behave, Oni. I'll be back.
Okay, Ma.
Your mom is really fucking cool, aren't you? I'm down with her.
He takes off. She is a buff-looking half-orc lady, like Bulwark salivating and his pants exploded, sort of buff. You know.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
Yes.
she's good.
Yes. Our master of creation, hard at work. Send me the link.
I will. I say I look at the food and I realize that I'm not hungry, and like I have like no desire to eat food, and I turn around and I goes, guys, I think I'm gonna go to my place. I'll be back.
There's I'm assuming there's meat on the table. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Felia sort of gets. She looks like a little bit green, a little pale, a little green.
There's some bread, some cheese, some olives.
What's the matter with you? There's
grabs-
meat. You gotta eat it.
She grabs some bread and then she sort of follows Tenzo out of the room.
I'm slapping together some sandwiches. I'm going to town on this. Sandwiches and my jam.
This is Ornipus. This is not traditional orcish fare, but clearly Mama Ornipus, Mama Espos picked up some things from Papa Espos. And very much embraced the cuisine, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm going to tell you right now, Ornipus. Anyone has a crossword to say about your mother, I'm going to nunchuck him upside the head because this is fantastic.
Come up because she's fucking awesome. Damn it.
Yeah.
She knows her way around a few meats.
Nah.
What's funny? Why are you laughing?
Huh?
Oh, said meat.
I love
I
a good
love
meat
meat.
joke. I love meat.
What's funny about meat?
Oh,
Is something funny about it?
I forgot. I'm just this is so good. I just have to.
Yeah, why don't you keep eating?
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, keep eating.
Charise is actually talking about coffee. I'm actually talking about meat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tenzo, did you actually disappear down the street?
No, I'm across the hall. I live right across the hall from Ornipus.
Oh, so I'm standing in the hallway staring at you like,
I turn
oh,
around. I turn around and go, oh, you're here too.
do you live here?
Yeah, this is where my dad and I live. And on
Oh.
the door it says Aberdeen's Arts and Crafts.
What does your dad paint too? Is he a really good painter?
Yeah. I mean, he used to be part of the Apod. What's the name that
What?
was the,
The Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors.
he used to be part of the Mages Order here in town, protecting people, and that's kind of how I got my. He's kind of like he's getting old. He's hard of hearing, and just you might have to speak up when you talk to him. So
Can I meet him?
yeah, I mean he's probably working right now.
I want to say hi.
Okay, and I open up the door, and there's like a little ding, like a bell that goes off.
Just a minute.
Hey, it's me.
Ah,
Home for lunch.
Tenzo, welcome back.
Hey, Dad.
Hi.
What are you doing in the? Hello, young lady. And
Hi.
you forgive me, Tenzo rarely.
This is a work friend.
brings it up. Oh, excellent.
Well, we
Okay.
could be like friends. We don't have to be work friends. We could be normal friends. If he wanted to be normal friends with me, I would want to be normal friends with him. It's fine.
Strictly
He
work
takes a
friend.
moment, looks you up and down, and goes, "Well, you're quite a rare young lady, aren't you?"
Yeah, I'm in the watch.
Of course, yes, that's exactly
Well, we're actually not
exactly what I
in
meant.
the watch anymore.
Well, we actually Tenzo got a
Tenzo.
promotion today.
I didn't. No, we didn't get fired. We're starting a new branch of the watch called the Wardens.
I heard whispers of this over. That was you last night. I'm so proud of you, son.
Thanks. I know I got in pretty late, so
No, of course. Well done, son. Well done. And did you get the package I left with your superior, young Mayrose?
yeah. I'm having some like side effects with it. We can probably figure that out later.
It will take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm sure I got the balance right this time.
You got a present?
Yeah. I mean, we've been trying to get some stuff figured out with
Was
how
it
my
Young
brain
Tenzo,
works.
he's a genius, really. He's a genius. We're just trying to get him focused on.
Dad, stop.
Yes. Of course, son. Okay. Let's. And what brings you home in the middle of the day? Lunch, is it? Shall I? Mrs. Espos is not. What?
You think you could come up with like some gnomish salad? I don't think she likes meat very much.
Oh, of
Did
course.
you just call me a gnome?
No, he's a gnome.
Oh, okay. That's why he's so small. He's not small. I didn't say that. It's fine. Hi.
And I whisper like he probably couldn't hear that anyways.
Okay. Let's. One moment. A trots off out of the room.
Oh, I have a picture. I have a picture of Amadeus. I think.
Amadeus.
Feel free to send that to me as well.
Amadeus,
Because,
Amadeus.
yes. So he comes back with all manner of different chopped greens and oranges and some reds. It's a veritable feast of rabbit food or deer food, as you.
Felia is delighted. Oh my god, he's amazing.
So he's a Svertnorm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the right pronunciation.
We could say he's quite the colorful character.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Dad.
is he in
Thanks
the?
for
Does he stay in the room or does he leave?
I will leave you to it, shall I? Yes. I've got some work to be doing, of course. Congratulations again. So, will you be home for dinner tonight?
No promises, but probably. I mean, you can leave it out for me.
Of course. Well, you be safe, son, and this lovely, lovely young lady. You do take care of my boy, won't you?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Always.
All right. Love you, Dad.
Love you, son, and don't let him bring that doll out too often, will you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have not seen a doll.
Oh, good boy, Tenzo. Good boy. Excellent. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. Okay. He trots
And
off back into what appears to be what is his workshop, Tenzo.
I turn around and I say thank you, and then I open the door to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I follow, and then I'm like, "Hey, Tenzo, that's your dad?"
Not really my dad. It's a long story.
Okay. I just wondered if you were also, and it was just a magic thing. We could just leave.
No, I mean you're new to Waterdeep, so it's only fair that you're asking a lot of questions. No, I lived somewhere before here, and I was kind of just dropped into the middle of the city. Things weren't very good for me for a long time. He found me. He became like my dad.
I did the same thing. I didn't know where I was, and then someone found me and became my dad. Yeah.
Nice.
Don't take that doll out again. It's terrifying. Okay.
I'll try to keep her in check.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Ms. Espos finds her way back up into the room. Ornipus, can I'm allowed to come back in? Yes, you finished eating with your. Oh, look at the appetite on you, little young lady. You do my heart warm. Yes, very good. Okay.
I'm gonna take some of this with me, okay? Cool.
Oh, you warm my orcish heart.
I'm taking this.
I bring back Lenore, and Lenore holds the salad that my dad made for me, and she brings it over to Nixie. Like, she kind of waddles around the table and sets it down, and she goes, "I promise that this isn't poison."
Tenzo, darling, your little dolly, she is walking all by herself.
Tip,
What is happening?
This is the last time I'm gonna warn you.
Tenzo, what is happening? Your little dolly, she is walking all by herself.
Nixie takes out her handbow, her
Honey, son, honey, you know about
Whoa.
No.
Let's try not to discharge our weapons in a building.
I swear to God.
Let's calm it down, all right?
Lenore pulls out a sewing pin, like a little dagger, and she goes, "I wouldn't try that if I were you."
I'm not the one. You listen here. I am not the one.
Children.
You're lucky Orny's mom is here. I don't want to have to kill in front of Orny's mom.
I send you outside, you Orny, your friend.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Orny.
Ma, I'll take care of it. You just.
Sweetie, you can call me Mama Espos. Everybody does.
I love her.
Okay, you have. I have a guest in soon.
Okay, Ma. Okay.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here. It gets pretty loud.
Okay.
I'm I'm gonna drop a
Funny, you are
few.
lovely friends.
I'm gonna drop a few coins on the table for the lunch.
No, you're fucking not.
Your money, hey man, your money's no good here. You never have to pay mama for her food.
Yeah,
No,
oh,
it's-
darling,
I'm like
darling,
eating
your
like a-
mama, she bring you up right, but you don't need. Friends of
it's-
Oni, friends of mine. You work anytime you come, Mama Espa, she feed you.
Just consider it a religious thing. It's a religious observance
okay.
of mine to pay for the food that I've.
You
Sorry.
want these walking nights, yes? For your walking. Ah, much love for walking. Yes, of course. I take the money. You a good girl. Yes. She just flips the coins inside the
Like,
bodies.
I'm like walking as I'm eating. Thanks, Mom. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Felia leaves a single scrunched up pastry on the table. That's for you. Literally.
Okay. I think we're going to leave it there for the time being.
Perfect.
Thank you,
I paid
everyone.
your mom for her meat.
And that earned you one good fucking sucker punch. Can I roll for that? What do I roll
Yes.
for that?
Yes. I'm
I mean,
down.
look, if you want to try a sleight of hand check to sucker punch without Charise noticing, her, I should say, by all means, go ahead, roll a sleight of hand, and then we'll see if you can roll an attack.
It's a 9.
A 9. Okay, give us a perception check.
I'm doing a perception.
Charise, perception check, please. Violence against women, Waterdeep says, fuck yes, they're
Oh.
equal.
Yeah.
Too fast.
Oh, yeah, okay. Charise sees it coming. You can attack if you want. It'll just be with disadvantage.
Deal.
In that case, an unarmed strike.
Yep,
Just
let's roll
twice.
an unarmed strike with disadvantage. If you right click on unarmed strike, and then click disadvantage.
Lenore is like witnessing this. She goes, "I'm ready for blood."
8. Unfortunately, yeah, Charise just like ducks out of the way, sees that coming, and
That's alright.
Whatcha?
That's a warning.
it's a warning. The message is delivered. Yeah, so we got to meet the High Priestess of the Moon. We got to meet Mama Espos. Mayrose Iron Shod, and congratulations to our now. I guess all Watchmen are still bastards, but all Wardens are definitely bastards.
AWAB still stands.
AWAB still stands. All right, yeah. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. If you've got any questions for our incredible cast, now's the time to throw them out there. Otherwise, so we are looking at Thursday nights, Friday mornings for some Law and Disorder. Who is looking at being able to come along and maybe play some Quiplash on Jackbox?
I'm around.
It'll be
for
the same
that.
time.
Just
It'll be
hit
like
me.
next week for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Next
not sure
Thursday.
for this week, just because I got a bunch of stuff going on for the rest of the week.
I think Swain was
But I'll
keen
see.
if his PC is alive.
Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll look at starting some Law and Disorder after next week's episode. So we
Okay.
will still see you all on Sundays. I should say Saturday nights if you're in Freedom Land for some map making. We may or may not have another guest along to hang out. And I'm keen to see what this particular group comes up with in Quiplash next week.
It'll be fine.
Oh, Monster Mash.
Monster Mash, yes. Tell us a bit about Monster Mash for those who missed it.
On Mondays, Mondays America, Tuesdays
Oceania.
Australia. It should be that I think Sween will be joining me next time, but we take a poll on Twitter, and then I design a monster in Hero Forge based off of the results of the poll, and we'll talk horror and things like that. So
Okay.
it should be a fun time.
Keegan, I want a beaver with 6 legs, big fuck off teeth, and spikes all down its back.
I
Can you read
actually
my
do
eggs
that.
out of this, please?
I walked right into that one. Yep, I walked right into that one.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Saturday night, Sunday morning. We'll be around on Twitter as always, and don't forget, all Watchmen are bastards.